What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Tyler Davis. In today's video, we're going to break down the week number 4 Sunday Night Football Showdown slate. Micah Parsons makes his return to Dallas against the Dallas Cowboys, who are going to be without CeeDee Lamb. Going to be a tall task here for the Cowboys. They are at home, but their defense has been atrocious. So I expect this Packers offense to really excel and do well in this matchup. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you enjoyed this content. Please like this video, comment down below any questions you may have trying to grow the channel. All right, let's jump into it here. We'll start with the Green Bay Packers side. We'll talk about the best tournament options, cash game options, some of the best value, salary relief stuff that we can find on this slate. Of course, check out the Patreon down, link in the description below if you want my full best plays for each and every slate. All right, so Packers offense, of course, it's really spread out so far. There's no main receivers right now in this offense. And then, of course, you know, we have the injury to Jaden Reed, which has really set some things back. Christian Watson may return at some point soon. But Tucker Kraft, man, he has been outstanding. Now, he was a little bit limited last week. We saw a little bit more Luke Musgrave in the snap count. We knew that going into it. Tucker Kraft was banged up in practice last week. I think he's back fully healthy this week. So he's someone that I'm going to love. But let's start with Josh Jacobs here. A true 3-down back right now for the Packers because, you know, the backups, Chris Brooks, Emmanuel Wilson, they're not known as any reliable type guys for Green Bay. So it's really the Josh Jacobs show. I expect him to have a massive game here against the Cowboys. The Cowboys, I think they're a little bit better against the run than they are the pass, but just overall, they are a terrible defense. Packers should get a lead in this game. They can run the clock in the second half. That opens up Josh Jacobs as a massive play. I think he's probably the safest play on this slate because he is going to catch the ball out of the backfield a good bit as well. He's had some high upside games in the passing game. He's not known as a true, third down type back, but I think he is in his range of outcomes, and especially with this Green Bay backfield where they have no one else. So I love Josh Jacobs, very safe play. Try to get him in all formats. Jordan Love, once again, another safe play here. Tough week last week against the Browns, but the Browns defense is good. We haven't seen that huge upside game from Jordan Love. This could be the eruption spot here against the Cowboys where their pass defense is just atrocious. I love Jordan Love. I'm trying to play him in all formats as well. If you are going to play him at captain, you want to pair him with at least 2 pass catchers, maybe even 3. And it's pretty easy to do so with this Packers receiving core. So you could go with Kraft, Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks. Wicks is very cheap here, so you can easily afford a double stack with Jordan Love. You know, easy can be right there. So I love Jordan Love here. Then Tucker Kraft. The price tag is a little bit higher than we'd like to see at $8,600. I think the upside is there. We saw it in week 2 there. But I don't love the price tag $8,600. I wish he was like 75 or below or 7K and below. I'd be all over it. I'm still interested in tournaments. Probably won't make my cash game lineup at that price tag. Then you got Marcus Golden. You got Romeo Doubs. You got Dontavian Wicks. You got a little bit of Malik Heath that will mix and match. And I gotta be honest, for the price tag, I'm all over Dontavian Wicks. He's my favorite receiver play out of this group here. The target share should be good. The snap count should be good. There's no reason that Marcus Golden should be 3K more than Dontavian Wicks, in my opinion, on this slate. Even Romeo Doubs here, 2,400 more. Like, the price tags are way too elevated above Wicks. Wicks is a cash game staple, small field. Every lineup, Dontavian Wicks is going to make it. So I think I'm trying to lock and load Jacobs, Love, and Wicks as like my main 3 so far. I think Golden is more of a tournament play. Romeo Doubs is fine in small field as well. The price tag is not terrible where he has the upside to get there. I think Golden for me is only a tournament play. I know he has upside in him and, you know, some of these big A-dot type plays, but I'm still a little bit hesitant to pay that 7K in like a cash game setting. Packers defense I think is okay. I think the Cowboys, a little loud outside right now. I think the Cowboys defense Cowboys offense is good enough where I'm not trying to pay this $5,400 salary for the Packers defense. They will make my tournament pool. I don't know how much I'll play them, though, to be honest. You got Brandon McManus, a great safe source of value here. And in Dallas, you can really kick the ball deep, so I think McManus, or field goals can be kicked a little bit deeper. I think McManus is a good play, 5,200. I wish he was, I wish kickers were under 5K every time. I have more interest, but it's fine. I probably wouldn't play him in any large field stuff. I don't think the upside is massive there. We talked about Dontavian Wicks, one of my favorite point per dollar plays, one of my favorite salary relief plays by far in the slate. If you're going to play any of these backup running backs, you definitely want to set a rule here where you max one of Wilson and Brooks. I think Wilson is more the guy as the backup. So I'd have some shares of him maybe in large field, but I'm probably setting a rule where I max one of Wilson, Brooks, and even Jacobs. I probably don't want to play Wilson and Jacobs together as well. You got Musgrave and Fitzpatrick operating as those backup tight ends, more of a blocking role. But if you can consider them in your large field, definitely set a rule here where you max one of Fitzpatrick and Musgrave as well. Then you should see some snaps shared here between Malik Heath as the 4th receiver, as well as Savion Williams, the rookie. He should get some snaps in there. So very thin, but they can make your player pool. Definitely want to set a rule there. I'd probably max 1 of Heath and Williams, and then I'd probably set a rule where I max 3 of all the receivers, maybe even yeah, and probably Kraft, Golden Dubs. I'd probably set a rule where I max 2 of them there because their price tag's a little bit elevated where I don't want to play all 3 of them together. I think that limits their upside. Just be cognizant of your rules with the receivers. All right, let's go to the Dallas side here. This is a quick timeout to let you guys know that I've been a pro DFS player for over 5 years and have over $100,000 in career winnings. And now I'm giving away all my secrets, which you can check out at patreon.com/tdavisbrand. The link is also in the description below. It's going to give you a cheat sheet for every major slate of the NFL season. So Thursday Night Football, Sunday main slate, Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, all the major slates, whether it be Showdown or the regular classic slates, you'll have access to my cheat sheet, as well as access to my private Discord where you can ask me anything fantasy football related. And I also have a NFL DFS ebook, How to Win at Daily Fantasy Football. It goes over every strategy you would want to win some cold hard cash this upcoming NFL season. We talk about things like bankroll management, contest selection, how to win GPPs, cash games, etc. So sign up for the free ebook down in the link in the description below. CeeDee Lamb is out, so someone's got to step up here for the Dallas pass-catching core. I believe it's going to go to Jake Ferguson, mainly. Dak trusts him, but we'll talk about some of these receivers in a second here. George Pickens has the highest upside, of course, with no CeeDee Lamb. He's more of a high A-dot player, and you're hoping for some big plays down the field. It's a little boom or bust, in my opinion, but that's great for tournaments. George Pickens can easily win you some big money in tournaments. Don't know if it'll necessarily be in my cash games. We'll have to see how it shakes out, but definitely a tournament option. Dak, of course, a nice safe source here. I know that CeeDee Lamb's out. It's going to hurt their offense a little bit, but I think Dak is still good enough where he can get there at this salary, and, he's a great cash game option, of course. Quarterback, Javonte Williams, we might go see a little bit of a more run-heavy approach here, and to be honest, I didn't expect this out of Javonte Williams, and he has been outstanding so far early in the season. Every game over 12 fantasy points, 2 games over 20. He's catching the ball out of the backfield as well, which you'd love to see. 5 targets last week, 7 targets the week before. Javonte Williams is kind of a do-it-all player for the Cowboys right now, so he is a great cash game play as well. And then Jake Ferguson, I think, 14 targets last week, 12 the week before, with no CeeDee Lamb. Dak's going to pepper the ball to Jake Ferguson over the middle here. 8,400 is a little bit higher price tag than we'd like to pay for tight ends, but the number one fantasy tight end right now, based on the last 2 weeks, how can you not play Jake Ferguson there? Brandon Aubrey, we know he has a massive leg, tough price tag to swallow here. I think I prefer McManus over Aubrey, and I probably won't play any of these kickers in large field tournaments. Then you got Turpin, Tolbert, Flournoy. These guys will kind of rotate. I want to see if they activate Jaden Blue as well to get some juice in this offense. That's something to monitor there. Turpin's fine. I think he's a good source of value here at 4,400. I don't think the upside is like major. He always has home run potential, but I don't know if the upside is really major there. I think Tolbert and Flournoy are kind of interesting as value receivers here. I'm probably setting a rule where I max 1 of Tolbert and Flournoy. They're both going to play a lot without CeeDee Lamb, so I don't know who the guy would be. You probably lean Tolbert, has more experience in the offense, but I'm interested in both Tolbert and Flournoy in tournaments. I'm going to have a lot of shares of them. I'm going to set max 1 of them, like I said. Miles Sanders, he'll probably rotate in for some carries behind Javonte Williams. He's fine. I probably would set a rule there where I max 1 of Williams and Sanders. I think they eat into each other's upside a little bit. And like I said, we'll have to monitor Jaden Blue if he's active. And then Luke Shoemaker, the backup tight end. He's always worth considering in large field tournament for only 600. He's usually like minimum price. And if he catches one in the end zone, he pays off his salary. All right, that's it, guys, for the Sunday Night Football Showdown slate. Hope you enjoyed this. Keep an eye out for our Monday night slate as well. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and give this video a like. I appreciate it so much, as well as subscribe to the channel here on YouTube so you can check out all the videos that I have to offer.